How you doing? Can you hear me? Jenna, can you hear me? The internet is a weird place, but I love it. Can you hear me, Forward Expedition? I got my lav mic on. Okay, good. Right now, I'm just cooling off by the water. Doing good. Yeah, and it's a weird place. I love it though. Just chilling by the water for a little bit before I go in the shop and weld. But so it's just a chill stream. You know, there's no begging for money or anything really stupid. Like, I got an Instagram reel. Yeah, luckily by the water, it's cooler. It's just in the garage. It's kind of warm, but Twinkies or Twinkles? I don't know if that's your... I'm good. One of my goals is I want to... Yeah, I'm not on Grindr. That shit's funny as fuck, though. Just in my backyard. Oh, not mine, my grandmother's, but... Kevin, you're a funny motherfucker. What the hell is Grindr? I just thought that was a sandwich, Jenna. Twinkies, I'm actually AI. I'm right behind you. Yes, I live in a van by the river because of poor life choices. I miss Chris Farley. Meth. I wish I had some freaking meth. You know, the first time I actually had Adderall was the only time the first dose actually... I'm old Greg. Me mangina, I live by the river, old Greg. Jenna, I met a man called Old Greg by the river. He said he had a mangina. I didn't know what that means. He showed me and I was scared. No, I'm not going to be fishing. I I mean, I could walk in the water without my pants on, but my worm's too small. No. Oh yeah, so the first time I ever had Adderall, you can tell I have ADHD and brain damage. But I also had a lot of really high anxiety because it was like the first semester I was back on college after I lost my mom to suicide. So my whole psyche was messed up. The first dose of Adderall I had, I was actually able to focus. It was like, really good. But then after that, it didn't really work too well. But yeah, I do have a caffeine addiction though. I like the Black Rifle coffee espresso shot. Even though I'm a heart patient, I've slowly built up my my caffeine tolerance. But we're just chilling. How many of you guys are from the freaking Instagram? I did not expect that freaking that reel to go crazy. That shit was funny. And I don't just want to do the Gump stuff. I want to do other sketches and other ideas. I also still want to do the blacksmithing stuff because I want to actually want to get into like cinematic stuff. I'm going to be, I don't know if I'll have it done before September. I'm not sad, I'm just very, I work the night shift. That can explain part of it. I'm tired. Gosto. Eu tudo bem. Eu falo um pouco de português, But it's a medical bracelet. When I was 17, I almost died and met God. I had my heart rate was 235 beats per minute, and basically my heart was like misfiring like a really bad engine. So I had to get airlifted to a children's hospital. I got defibrillated like 4 times because when your heart rate is really fast and irregular, you have to restart it. A defibrillator is what restarts it. So think of like the restart button on like a computer. All it does is just restarts the electrical stuff. CPR is what saves lives. So I went to the nearest urgent care, and the EMTs were looking at me like I had like 8 fucking heads, because like, how are you standing and alive? Because like my I had a heart rate of 235 beats per minute. My blood pressure was almost 0 because my heart wasn't fully squeezing. It was just like twitching. And I remember the first defib, which is the closest thing I would guess what it feels like to get kicked through the chest by a horse or to get shot in the chest. I don't recommend getting defibrillated. It's not fun. And the third time they defibrillated me, my heart stopped, and they had to do CPR, and they were driving to the nearest. So I won the gulag. So yeah, they after they did 8 minutes of CPR, they shocked me again, and I came back. I don't remember if I saw God or anything. So, but I know there's something, because my doctor at least said it was impossible for me to survive. But I ended up spending my first 2 weeks of my senior year of high school at a children's hospital. Them trying to figure out how to fix me and figure out why I, perfectly healthy guy that was working at a farm, and I'd also play basketball and football and stuff. Yeah, it's been I basically lived through like two midlife crises at the start of my life. Life-changing thing where I had the heart thing happen, so I couldn't go in the military. I would have done great in the military because my dumbass would have made made people laugh and also get shit done. But then also losing my mom to suicide when I was 21, that was my tough stuff through COVID. But I'm still here. My goal is when I eventually make it with the blacksmithing stuff and doing internet stuff, because I want to be able to, I don't just want to do blacksmithing stuff. I want to actually have like a fabrication company, and like for the YouTube and internet stuff, I want to make comedy sketches. Like my big goal is I want to be able to try to have like a studio. No, I'm not Jesus. But I will tell you, because I grew up not very religious, the moment my coworker, like when I had my life flash before my eyes, it wasn't when I got defibrillated. It was, so when I noticed, I started shoveling and I instantly felt super tired, and it was really like just off. Like, when you're exercising, you have a lot of energy, and then for it to instantly like a switch turn off, be like really tired, like, oh, that rock on the ground, that looks like a really good pillow. Yeah, kind of. I want to have like a mix of like the hacksmith, but also like studio production, because I grew up watching Mythbusters. One of my favorite horror movies of all time is John Carpenter's The Thing, the 1980s one. Obviously, they didn't have CGI back then, so when they did the scene where they're defibrillating the guy that they think is dead, and then the chest opens up, and they have to flamethrow it. That one scene, if it didn't work, they would have been out of money, because there was a wax animatronic robot. Is what Japanese? John Carpenter's The Thing? Also, the chair I'm sitting on, this is a free off the side of the road, so this is like the gaudiest like queen king chair. But yeah, I might try to do a fishing live stream. Like, I've never been a fan. The only type of fishing, if I was on the ocean, I would go fishing, because my mom, when she was alive, she helped me like love outdoors and other stuff, because she was like a tomboy. She loved camping and fishing and other stuff. I prefer to fish in the ocean because I want to be able to catch what I can eat. No, I'm still working on the hammer. Right now, the little stick welder I was using shit the bed. I asked my friend, because I actually borrowed that from my friend. He's had it for about 3 years, and it's like a sub $100 stick welder that's 110 volt. So I actually ordered a new one, and I'm just getting so this was like the more expensive one that had like, you could turn it into like a TIG machine. We never used it, but I'm just cooling off right now because it's kind of warm in the garage, and my car doesn't have AC, so I had to go do some grocery shopping with my grandmother. At least I have a grandmother, a mother-like figure left. So it can always be worse. Just remember that, Yeah, my mom, that's part of the reason why, like, so if you ever, doesn't matter what, obviously losing someone to suicide is really, really not fun. The only reason why I can talk about it now is because, it's 2025. It happened in 2021. First 3 months after my mom killed herself, any thought or mention of her, I'd be bawling my eyes out and crying. And of course, me and my dad, we self-mediate each other. At one point, I kind of got fell too heavy into the alcohol and stuff, and I've taken breaks and I'm doing good now, but it does not help. Temporarily it does, but any sorrows or pain you have that you try to drown with alcohol or other substances, they will always swim and you will always drown. So remember that. But she was a great woman. The thing that really fucked me up was I always viewed her as like a strong person because like my parents are divorced and stuff, and if I could go back in time, if I knew what I knew now, I would, if it wouldn't completely. That's a tough thing because like the biggest thing I would do if I was able to go back in time, it wouldn't be the lottery and it wouldn't be Bitcoin, because there's some sketchy shit with the Bitcoin stuff. People that became billionaires overnight, and then they mysteriously were dead like, a couple days later. It would be like stupid, like as seen on TV, simple products, or buying a shit ton of fidget spinners. No, I need my kidneys. But I know there'd be a lot different things would be different, but I still definitely believe that my heart thing would have been anyway, because they don't know what caused it. They did all the genetic testing. No, I don't have an extra chromosome, even though Jenna, eh? But I'd rather die like a king trying to, you know, if I was basically, I'm working towards things that, like the stupid Forrest Gump thing, or memes or other stuff that I want to do. I used to be so self-conscious. I used to be super introverted. Like 10 years ago, I would never do any of the comedy stuff, or let alone talk to people in public. Like I was very introverted and shy because I grew up, moving around. I never stayed in one area because, like, me and my mom, we moved to like different parts of the city that we lived in, and then we eventually moved out to like a small town, which was really nice. But oh, there's a bunny. Oh, the bunny thinks I'm dead, so I'll be back. I'm gonna get some nuts. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I have my microphone, so make sure you guys. Oh, sorry. Chat. I'm going. Is it okay if I give the bunny, because I'm doing a little live stream by the water?
I saw you out there. You were talking to yourself. Oh, you got mine done?
Well, I saw the bunny out of the corner of my eye, like hide where the canoe is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna probably think it's you, but we'll still keep the tradition. I'll go for a couple of nuts.
Where's the lasagna?
Is it wondering what microphone I'm using? No, it's not those shitty TikTok. Oh, it's just as good. It has 658 feet. It's like those TikTok mics are probably ass. I got a Hohenheim. Hohenheim! You know. Sorry if I scared you. I got a Hohenheim, or whatever this thing is. What is this? No, it's a Hollyland. I'm sorry, I'm a dumbass. Yeah, so like that was part of the thing with like being introverted. Like it wasn't just me like moving around and stuff. It was like I was never physically bullied, like because I'm right now I'm 6'5" and like 270 something. But growing up, I was always bigger and fatter than other kids. You know, not fat, like too fat, but I was chunky. I gotta throw out some nuts for the rabbit. We got a rabbit in our yard. Rabbits can have nuts, but you want to make sure that if you feed them any nuts, that they're unsalted, because they can't handle too much salt. So I'm gonna throw some. I'm gonna flip the camera around, guys. But yeah, I had friends or people in the neighborhood, but like they never bothered with me. And then like I was always like the loner. Like people would invite me to stuff, but then they would just like, it was interesting. Like but I mean, during COVID, I was doing all right, you know, because I don't have to be around certain people. Like it's still like, you know, I wasn't alone in like a cell by myself, but like, you know, I was around family. But I also haven't dated in like a decade or whatever, because between the heart thing, being broken up like not long after the heart thing, which was fine because that relationship was more lust than love, but it still kind of hurt. And also I was taking care of me and my mom, we had to help take care of my niece for a little while. So that was very good birth control. And thank you. Thank you for saying I turned out great. I was only dropped in my head once as a child. I'm not joking. My dad did say, you know, he did catch me for the most part. I also did play football as a lineman. I wasn't the best lineman because I went from being like asthmatic. I did some mountain biking, lost some weight. My asthma went away. I still have sensitivities to like, you know, especially chemicals and stuff, but the biggest thing I learned, and I'm still learning because it's easier said than done, is that, and like Mike Tyson said, like I love his life character arc because he went through a lot of shit. And people will say what they say about him, but I got really good because I've been hurt by a bunch of people, you know, just lied to and all that stuff. I can look into people's eyes and I could see like, you know, they got, you know, the eyes are the window of the soul and stuff. And it's kind of interesting just like looking at him like a decade ago, like videos of him a decade ago versus now. Like you could see a difference, but you are your worst enemy. And the best way that you can overcome self-doubt and self-doubt, self-hate, addictions and other stuff is you have to think about the people that you do have in your life and that you do love. No, I'm not giving up on trying to date someone. I do want to be a father, but right now, both mentally and especially financially, I'm not there yet. And especially because like both my parents. Oh no, it's not all just gloomy. I'm just talking about shit. But it's real stuff because, you know, life isn't all fucking rainbows and fucking unicorns and other shit. But, you know, the best thing is like you control what you can control and you'll be happier. You know, happiness isn't an all. I'm not used to the stuff you can put on the chat. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I realized I thought it was like a typhoon, but it's just like a weird emote thing. But yeah, we're just talking about life stuff. But all right, enough about serious shit. So one of my goals, besides getting the power hammer done and other stuff. No, unicorns aren't real, but you can I gotta be careful what I say. Unicorns aren't real, but you can just put a suction cup thing on your on a saddle and ride a horse. There is actually like one. Captain Kirk, start farting. You're gassing up the chambers of Star Trek. I think because I'm laughing and being too freaking stupid, the rabbit is hiding. When did YouTube add all like the weird ass like emote things, like the bruh with the Dr. Zoidberg face? Ugh. If it hurts when you pee, you're not trying hard enough. Or actually, if it hurts when you pee, you should get a job at a water jet cutting company. You know, you just be like laying down. You'll just be laying down, and it'll just be water jet cutting. I can't fart right now. I don't have to go. But on my Instagram, I can't disclose where I have the echo chamber, but I did that. No, you have to keep trying until you start pissing rocks. That's when you can get the job at the water jet cutting company. Oh, could you imagine if Superman got kidney stones and he like takes a piss and it just like tears through half a building? Oh, speaking of kidney stones, so like I get my iced coffees from, I'm in like the New England area, so I get iced coffees from Cumbies because they're cheaper than Dunkin' Donuts. I used to work for Dunkin' Donuts. It fucking sucks that some franchise owners can deny workers tips, but they'll still have a tip jar. That pissed me the fuck off. But one of the things I don't like about crushed ice is sometimes you'll get like these like small pieces, so like you're drinking through the straw, and like I'll be fucking choking on Frosty the Snowman's freaking kidney stone. Happy birthday. Oh. A bunch of people say I look like Pat from MMORPG. I can see the resemblance. Yeah, I don't think the bunny's gonna come over because they can tell that I'm loud and stupid. I would get your dog checked out because it should not be plaid. I already died once. I mean, technically, I wasn't like dead, but they had to do CPR for 8 minutes to bring my oxygen back up because my heart wasn't beating. So, like in Portuguese, gosto, eu gosto bebe cerveja. I like. Gosto can mean like, but I don't know if it's exactly. Yeah, I didn't really feel like the floating part. Like the only time I felt like the floating was like I got defibrillated once, and it was like the Flash. I was in slow motion. Like the movies aren't wrong. Whenever you see like Vietnam movies where they defibrillate someone, and their back like does that, because a defibrillator has to go through a lot of. Are some of you fuckers coming over from the Instagram? Or are you just here on YouTube? I always forget how goofy. I didn't experience that, but sorry. some weird ass alarm thing. Reminded me of like a fire alarm system. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. Was it I shit my pants when I died. I'm assuming I did, because normally, like, especially like if your heart stops, I wasn't like dead. Like when you're fully dead, like your brain is dead completely. But I do remember it's like when you go unconscious, whether it's from passing out, getting defibrillated and blacking out from the pain or slash dying, or you go under anesthesia for surgery, the movies have it right. Literally, your conscience, and then everything goes black. There's just nothing. There's no sense of time. There's no sense of anything. And then when you do wake up, I had to get put in the, after the fourth time they defibrillated me, my heart rate my heart started beating on its own again, but my heart was not squeezing very well. Like, think of your heart like fuel injectors in a car engine. My heart was not injecting not even a quarter of the volume that's required to live. But I would like to say my favorite night activities, but I work the night shift. That's why I look sadder. I'm actually 12 years old, but working the night shift 6 months aged me a ton. No, that's one of the things I'm hoping the next year to not work night shift. I got some ideas for. Any of you guys watch any anime? I don't really have time to watch anime, but I watch like captions and stuff from TikTok and other stuff. I'm gonna be forging knuckle dusters. Gonna try to make a realistic looking cinematic. If I was a gay pole dancer, I'd be making way more money. And I'm not lying. I've genuinely thought about it. I don't know if there's like an actual like gay strip club in the city near me, but remember, Jenny, always wave to the people on the boats. No, I do not have a motorized boat. Not yet, but that's not my focus. Boats are a lot of money. But one of the things I do want to do is I actually want to build like a floating blacksmith shop, like a small floating, like a houseboat, except like, I'm gonna grab you guys. So those are my neighbors, but you see how they have that little dock over there that's just floating barrels? I want to make like a floating blacksmith shop. I don't know if I'd be able to use both propane and coal, and also across the pond. Hey, where's my finger? You guys smell it? See that? That's a boat ramp. Across the pond, there's a road, and that road, if we go to the right, there's a liquor store. So I could literally, live stream like on Twitch, like if I get like an upgraded like phone plan or something. If we're able to build a floating blacksmith shop, I'd be like Pirate Steve. We're on the Highland waters and we're forging some good stuff. I need me rum. I need me grog. Pirate Steve. Gart, 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 gart. Bro, why is your name Feastables? Question: can any of you actually make yourself burp? Because I found out I thought everyone could do that, but I do not know how it works. So I can't burp right now because I didn't drink anything carbonated. But now the real trick is doing it with the other end. But I am tired. Fuck you for making me yawn. But I got a lot planned. Any of you guys that are actually interested in getting into blade knife making, whether it's for bushcraft or you want to make kitchen knives or other stuff, I was editing the video on how to build the bolt together forge that I've been using. Ooh, that's a real one. I found out that DaVinci Resolve has a weird ass glitch where I was trying to insert the text and it went on video 1 and it deleted every video, but it left all the audio. So what I ended up doing was say fuck, and then I ended up saying, okay, I'd reopened DaVinci Resolve. I couldn't fix the problem, but the video was too long, so all I did was I started re-editing a new version of the video. But for any of you guys that are getting into bladesmithing and stuff, I'm going to be also doing some tool reviews, and I messaged a guy on Facebook Marketplace. He's got a bunch of wood slabs, and he actually has some really, I got to go see it in person, but some really pretty figured maple and cherry. So I'm going to go this coming week. I'm going to go visit that lumber mill and pick out a good slab that has a lot of chatoyance and other stuff on it. So that way he can, the guy at the lumber yard, he can rip down the board and I could send off those pieces to Knife and Gun to get it stabilized. So that way, and also I might get some pieces dyed. So let me know what colors of wood you would like to get dyed. And that way I could sell on my Etsy, or I might make my own website. I'm trying to figure that stuff out. But I hope you guys are doing good. We're getting somewhere in life. So if I got some like chatoyant maple, like dyed a light red, would you be interested? I'm gonna do some research. So Knife and Gun, they've been doing like wood stabilization. Like if you ever buy like wood from Kieran's Koa, he's a cool guy. I actually got some fancy wood from him. No, that's not a fancy gay joke, but it's funny. Anyway, they do make different, I don't know the exact color ranges, but I got some wood that's like dyed like blue and green, because like certain woods, like if it's got like a lot of knots or quilting, it'll actually, it can absorb 2 different dyes in a different way. But but they do have red, they have blue, they got purple, they got green. I think they have an orange. And I'm thinking about opening a shop on Amazon because there's a lot of really cheap shit on Amazon when it comes to like bladesmithing and blacksmithing, and especially when it comes to like knife steel. Because like I follow like the beginner blacksmiths. I thought you were fucking gone, Kirk. Kirk, peace be with you, but no. But I'm gonna be opening like selling some of the stuff that they hand make, but also trying to sell like supplies on Amazon. I don't think I'd be able to have like Amazon Prime delivery, but I look at the market and it's like, okay, you can buy forges, you can buy like shitty knockoff Ken's custom iron tong kits, but it's not like good, reliable like steel blanks. Not quite knife blanks. Like I might do that because I might make like knife making kits. Captain Kirk, are you ready for launch? Ah, shit, we only got one person left. We got two. I think you might need to wipe. But yeah, I'm thinking of opening up a shop on Amazon. That way I can actually get good quality knife steel on the Amazon market that you don't have to question like, oh, is this actually good stuff? Because that's the thing I found with Amazon. Like you can get good products, but also there's a lot of like off-brand Chinese or non-whatever stuff that, I mean, it will work, but it's not gonna last very long. Like Mr. Kirk. But oh, I do apologize. My neck has been messed up. You're falling. Trying to put the camera somewhere decent is always difficult, but I just got a Frosty the Snowman kidney stone. I don't know that language. Is that Thai or Indonesian? PGT group. If you can get a English translator app. Oh, okay, Indian. Sorry. but the written language does look similar to like Indonesian. Bacon the douche? What? Kirk, what the hell? You ever watch Tuggeted Nights? How you doing, David? So India has, I got into karate. I gotta get back into training, but India is known, or should be more known for like starting, like how to teach people how to do proper meditation, but also martial arts. This is like thousands of years before China started with kung fu, because martial arts and meditation kind of go hand in hand. Oh, thank you for making me laugh, Kirk. But another really cool thing I learned about India was when it came to like making steel, the metallurgy, because in proximity to the Middle East, they got really good at crucible steel. And another cool thing, like if you're talking about I know about Juice World. My friend, you have too much of the curry, your fart will burn, okay? Curry is really good, though. I had to train my spice tolerance because I grew up watching Bizarre Foods. Yeah, no, I forgot about that. Yeah. There's so many different languages. Also, the isn't India also have like the largest supply of saffron, or like the biggest growers in the world of saffron, which is like worth more in its weight than gold, just because it's literally the I don't know if it's the female or the male parts of the flower bud. Kirk, I know you know this is the internet, but I dare you, I dare you to go to an Indian restaurant or any non-American restaurant and say that shit in person. That's another thing. Like with the internet, like you can have people that can be all trolls and evil and mean and stuff, but then like you have people that just like are generally good and stuff. I don't know about the baby machine, but but guys, the chat is a mix of goofiness and whatever else, but oh, I am tired, but we gotta go do stuff, so we're going in the shop. Always wave. All right, I'm gonna have to change Wi-Fi, so the stream might drop. All right. Time to get serious. You guys are going to be put on top of my forge. I'll be right back. If you guys excuse me, I gotta go piss on the anthill. I could do some. I didn't actually piss on the anthill, but I did put my microphone near the where I was pissing. So I don't know if you guys heard that. I do have to clean the microphone a little bit. I do not know off the top of my head in America. It varies. The unemployment. You guys need to get moved. Oh shit, I just realized I gotta. Give me a second. I know it's been more than a second, but trying to do camera work is always annoying. We got that, we got that. We want that. No, we want. No, I forgot I have to undo this stuff. I don't have any gas. I didn't have any broccoli. Kirk, I honestly, with how you're commenting, I honestly believe you like genuinely watch the videos where like chicks fart on cake. I'm not lying. I honestly think you enjoy that. To each his own, but yeah, come on, you got to change the jokes up a little bit, you know. Can't be a one fart horse pony. I don't know what the state of employment is in my country. I just know that I'm employed and I'm very grateful for it. Yeah, I know it's a Chinese product. America, after the 70s, the early 70s, government still was in control of making sure that products or companies didn't have too much product out of the United States. But then they got rid of that. So then all the rich people in America were able to take their money and just buy stuff made from China, India, Pakistan, other countries that should honestly be first world countries and have more opportunity than us because they got way better people. But people get taken advantage of, and like in America, Walmart, pretty much almost every product that's not food, for the most part, is made in China. You know, the average small business in America, you need to at least make a 30% profit margin on whatever products you're selling. But all the corporate guys take advantage of other countries and they'll buy stuff for cents or a couple of bucks, and then they'll sell it in America for a couple hundred or I'm gonna end the stream and restart it as a different one. But thank you guys for watching.